Have you been naughty or nice?
It's the Hake Report, the Hake Report. La, la, la. It's the Hake Report, the Hake Report. La, la, la.
Hey guys!
It's the Hake Report, the Hake Report. La, la, la. It's the Hake Report, the Hake Report. La, la, la.
So, what's up, guys? I am James Hake. This is the Hake Report. It's Friday, December 27th, 2019, 2 days after Christmas. And I just showed you guys some pictures from my Christmas. And hope you had a nice one. I'm live in hour 4 of Jesse Lee Peterson's stream, and there's already people calling in. You can call in too, 888-775-3773. I heard that it's pronounced platoon, right? Platoon rather than platoon. I like to pronounce it platoon. I don't know. Maybe they're both acceptable. I don't want to look it up waste time looking it up right now. Maybe some of you guys can look it up for me. But I was talking about, on Hake News, I was talking about how Trump pardoned Eddie Gallagher, the Navy SEAL chief, who's, I call them inferiors, other Navy SEALs. Good morning to Waco, Texas. Other Navy SEALs witnessed and testified against him, and it was on camera, and the New York Times got a hold of the footage and put out this documentary propaganda piece on Hulu. And they did this article about how these Navy SEALs were crying because this man is so heartless and he just kills people with no remorse or something. Isn't that what soldiers are supposed to be able to do? I don't know. It's hard to know what the truth is because these people are such liberals and soft people, and the liberals are such liars that you don't know if this guy crossed the line or not. This Eddie Gallagher guy who was accused and convicted on some stuff, but he says that the inferiors, his subordinates, who became kind of insubordinate, I guess, I don't know, were part of the so-called war crimes. He posed with a dead body. He stabbed to death this 17-year-old ISIS fighter or whatever. I don't know. But anyways, I think I called him part of the platoon. Excuse me. I got a little bit sick over the holiday too. It's like I was so-called healthy, right? All up until time to take a break. And then once it's time to take a break, boom, sick. But I'm getting better. I slept in till like noon or 1 yesterday. I was surprised. I didn't actually sleep in because I got up to watch the Jesse Lee Peterson premieres 6 a.m. till 8 a.m. And then I laid back down, knocked out. But it was cool. Very nice holidays. I forgot to tell you about my past Christmas family traditions. So we would get up when I was a kid. We would go Christmas Eve to the church thing, candlelight service, whatever. And then that would be evening. And then after that, we would go to my grandma and grandpa's house on my mom's side. And we would have like shortbread because my grandmother was Scottish or is Scottish. And that's a shortbread is Scottish, right? Pretty sure. And then we would hang out with the cousins, play games, go home, get up early in the morning, open presents, and then come to grandma and grandpa's again, open more presents, and then go to my grandma and grandpa's on my dad's side after that, open more presents, go home for lunch, and then hang out, and then go back to my grandmother's again. My grandmother's on my mother's side again. And then the next day, when I was still a smaller kid, we would go to a teacher friend of the family's and my brother's friend's house, her son. And we would open more presents over there, their stuff, hang out. And then on New Year's, we would go to what was called my cousin's. It wasn't a real cousin. house and hang out there for New Year's Eve. Sometimes spend the night over there. It was fun. So that's my Christmas traditions. And then that kind of, everything changed, you know. People died, people moved, people did different things. But it was fun. So let me get to some calls, and then I'll talk about Scrooge's waging war on Christmas. And also, Rachel Maddow is a creepy lesbian liar. And then I have some more news, possibly, to get to you. And I also have there was some interesting Hake news at the top of pretty much each hour of the Jesse Lee Peterson show today. It's nice to be back. I was gone for 2 days. Anyways, let me get to Earl out of Michigan. Earl, how are you?
Fine, Jake. How you doing?
Doing fine. Merry Christmas to you.
Same to you.
Thank you.
In continuation, what I didn't get to, I was talking on Jesse Lee Peterson's show, is that the news item that you all mentioned about the rackets in the mall.
Oh yeah.
That he attributes to black folks as a collective. How hypocritical he is at times. You know.
What do you mean by a collective? What's a collective?
Well, in mass, he could say what black folks are, that they're created for evil because of this anecdotal situation, like incidents like the mall. But then, on the other hand, when callers identify and say we, and then he says, well, it didn't happen to you. Why do you identify with it? But yet, when things that it doesn't affect other folks, but yet he attributes it to the rest of the blacks, and he says this is the way black folks are. So on one hand, he blames blacks for what a few folks do, and when you identify with blacks, or blacks identify with some things other blacks do, he say, what that have to do with you?
Okay.
So he talks out of both sides of his mouth.
Joel, can you pull up that clip, the outrageous mall clip? Just want to show the people. Those of you who didn't see the Jesse Lee Peterson show, I want to show you the clip that he's referencing. Jesse Lee Peterson showed this clip of these, I think they were blacks, looked black to me, most of them. They were wearing hoodies, so it was hard to tell. You couldn't really see their skin. But they were acting like they're fighting. I don't know if they were really fighting or if they were faking like they were fighting or just having an excuse to destroy this pop-up store that was supposed to be a beef jerky pop-up store. Just a temporary thing, supposed to be there a few months. Show this clip just to show it to the people.
My point is not to dispute whether they were black or not. My point was that he attributes to that as most blacks, the behavior of most blacks. And as if anything, like say, what whites might do is attributed to how most whites are.
Okay, let me.
That's an anecdotal situation.
When you have hold on, Earl. Let me just explain to you. So you can shrug stuff off as just mere anecdotal evidence, but there's anecdote after anecdote after anecdote after anecdote after anecdote of crazy black mob violence, and you can't really find a parallel. You can occasionally find a little bit of anecdotal white violence, like after a game they'll riot and stuff like that. A sporting event game, the white trash will riot. But you can't find it to the level that you find it with the blacks. You just don't. So that's one point. And the other point is, that's just one aspect. Yes, he knows that not all blacks are tearing up stores, but they're also being used for destruction by other means, politically, religious, in the terms of religion, family, all kinds of mess. So you can shrug it all off as just anecdotes, and that's not how all blacks are, but But it's not right. You're not telling the truth. You're not being
No, it's
fair.
telling the truth. What he doing is generalizing. For
Because-
instance, he doesn't include himself of participating
Because
in these acts,
he quit participating.
or other blacks that he knows. So then there are millions of blacks who just gets up every morning and have nothing to do with it.
Wait.
How many of those anecdotes- how
You're
many
just
of
taking
those
anecdotes. You're using
represent
anecdotal
millions
evidence.
of blacks?
You're using
How many of
anecdotal
those-
evidence.
How many millions of blacks?
I don't know. Maybe
Jesse?
could be
I mean,
less than a
Jake-
million.
Huh?
I said it could be less than a million.
It
So
is less than a
I
million.
can't show any
But
clips
the
right
pro-
now. I
the-
can't even
the
show
thing
pictures.
is
I
way
don't know.
less than a million. But then he says most. This is how blacks are. That's just an outright lie.
No, it's
That's
not a
just like
lie.
that's just
You're
like
putting
saying
words
what
in his mouth.
Dylan,
Anyways,
that's just
man.
Like saying that's just like saying what Ruth does is represent what most of the whites do.
Ruth? Who's Ruth?
Dylan
Oh,
Ruth,
Dylan
who shut
Ruth.
up-
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No,
Is
it's
that,
not.
Does that represent what most of the black whites do?
No.
Well, then, you don't make generalizations based on anecdotal evidence that just happens. Or what the guy did
But
in
you
Las
just
Vegas.
you just
instead
ignored
of
my whole
50
point.
50 folks is the representative of white folks. All these things are just anecdotal things. It doesn't represent whites or the majority of whites or blacks.
You know,
That's the illusion that Jesse portrays.
no, you're wrong, man. Because
No, you're wrong. You just feed off of everything Jesse says, and you think it's right.
no, I can plainly see like people like you want to be outright in denial of reality because you don't want to
No,
accept that blacks have rampant crime problems, violence problems,
No, I
and they're
think-
rampantly
I think if
Democrat.
I think you
Are you
people
Democrat,
like
Earl?
You distort,
Earl,
people like you distort reality to generalize that this
generalizations
is how blacks
clarify reality. Now, Earl,
are. No, it doesn't.
yes, it does. Earl, are you Democrat?
Huh?
Are you Democrat?
Yes, I'm a Democrat.
I rest my case.
Well, you have no case.
Yeah, I
Are
do.
you Republican?
Yes.
Are you Republican?
Yeah.
I rest my case
Thank you.
that you're a racist. How about that?
Because that's
No.
dumb. You're proving
that-
my
that-
point.
does
You're
it make
being
you
one of
any-
those blacks
make
that
me
Jesse's
any-
talking about.
What?
I I said you're being one of
No,
those
that's just
blacks that
because
Jesse's
that's
talking
your
about by
belief.
believing in the racism thing. So lame.
No, because you deny it. You know, people like you.
I don't
used to
deny
be
it.
on the
I don't
fringes.
care about this stupid
Who cares
racism
what
thing.
you care about? Who
Anyways.
gives a damn what you care about? Whether you care about it or not.
Evidently,
It's
you
still
care
a
about
fact.
it because you keep on calling in. Baby
Yeah, I
Farrakhan.
call about it to talk about the lies that you spread.
No.
Somebody got to tell the folks that you make a crap that you don't know about.
That's rich coming from a black Democrat talking about lies.
Well, it's Rich talking about a Republican that believes everything the proven lie Donald Trump talks
No,
about.
he doesn't.
yet
No,
you
he
don't
never
talk about
lies.
The truth.
He doesn't
Isn't
lie.
that Rich?
Lying is sin.
Isn't that Rich?
He doesn't lie. All right, Earl. Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's another lie you just told.
I was just playing about that, but he doesn't generally lie.
Oh,
He tells
okay,
the
yeah.
truth.
Well, if
The
he
stuff
was
that you guys
playing-
get mad about is when he tells the truth.
No, don't get mad about it. We just pointed out.
No,
Think about it.
you
think
might
he's so
not
perfect.
get mad at Trump, but you
think he's
certainly
so
hate him.
perfect
You
that
hate
he's
Trump.
beyond lying.
You hate
He's
Trump.
capable of lying.
You're a hater.
That's the fallacy that you're under.
You hate Trump, so you're the liar.
No.
Yeah?
I just point out you love Trump and you excuse everything he does.
Do you love Trump?
No, I don't love Trump. Do
Wow.
you love Obama?
No, I don't love Obama.
Well then, I rest my case.
Bam. All right, Earl. Nice talking with you, man.
Adios, amigos.
All right. Take care.
Adios. Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista. I'll be back. I cut him off, man. Sorry about that, Earl. I cut him off. He was saying one more thing. So, yeah, I can't really show pictures. I wanted to show pictures, but we got issues. If we restart the computer, we'll end the stream. You guys, I'm just going to have to describe this stuff, all right? And maybe I'll post pictures on my website. Go to thehakereport.com later this afternoon, evening, and hopefully I'll have some pictures illustrating my points if I can get to my points. But I just wanted to show you some stuff. You guys basically, if you watched the beginning of the show, you saw a video from the fireplace of at the Christmas party and pictures at the Christmas party. I wanted to show some stuff of these liberal Scrooge Jews that are like, please don't wish me Merry Christmas. So dumb. And so I may get to that. Maybe I'll put it off to, oh yeah, there is no tomorrow. Maybe I'll put it off to Sunday. There is tomorrow, hopefully. But if the Lord be willing and the creek does not rise, I will show this stuff on Sunday when we have a working, functioning system. Anyways, Christine out of New Jersey. Nice to hear from you, Christine.
Hi, James.
Hey.
You got upset.
Say that again?
Did you get upset that you say platoon?
I feel I don't know. I prefer pronouncing it platoon. But it's pronounced platoon, huh?
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
Right on.
It makes no difference. I wanted to know because I don't live in California.
Yeah.
When Donald Trump says that he's going to bring in the National Guard to deal with the homeless situation.
I hadn't heard that. I did know that he wanted to deal with it, but I hadn't heard the National Guard. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it came. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, the federal government to deal with it?
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to work? I don't live in California. So.
You're right. I really don't know how it's going to work. I don't know what he can do or what, it would be nice if he can kind of shame and pressure the people in, the local government here into doing stuff and bring back some, manhood so that men kind of protect their own community,
Yeah.
Like Jesse Lee Peterson has no problem running off these homeless people. He can't be here.
Yeah, but where do you think they would go?
Yeah, that I don't know. We need to change the culture so that we don't encourage this stuff because a lot of these people want to be like this, or they, it's by their own choice. By their own decisions and actions in life, they get themselves there, and poor raising, of course.
But it's so odd that in California that they allow people to have RVs and live out of their cars and all this crazy business.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pain too. So, I mean, some of them are messier than others. Some of them are clean, and that's fine. But I don't know.
Yeah, but when you're running through it, does it make a mess for you, or?
It does. They end up just cluttering the streets and all that stuff. Mostly it's the tents. There's tents like crazy everywhere. And then people just sleeping right in front of your place of business. And they're exposing themselves, whether it's on purpose or not, in front of restaurants, and it's killing businesses because people take one look, I'm not going there after all. So it's crazy. It's disgusting. I've heard a bunch of stories from my cousin who works in downtown LA, crazier stories than out here, but it has spread to out here, but he saw one homeless guy.
You're not in LA?
We're not in downtown. We're closer to the west side. Mm-hmm. So this is it's supposed to be a nicer area, Jewish area, all that. And it's just gotten worse and worse and worse over the past several years, including probably particularly under this mayor, Garcetti, who's pretending that Trump is politicizing this. Oh, I used the air quotes.
Yeah, and then also Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. Is that correct? Yeah.
He called her out. She supposedly represents San Francisco, and it's disgusting. And it's worse than disgusting. It's dangerous up in San Fran. Cops getting these crazy diseases is evil. I guess the more immoral people get, the more medieval their lives get, kind of.
I know, but it seems like it's just becoming retrograde.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not going to go on for a long time. That's all I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to ask you about your hair.
Okay.
It's looking very slick today.
Very, how?
Very slick.
Slick.
Today.
Thank you. I put water in it.
What? You didn't even let me ask.
Oh, sorry.
Did you use Soul Glow?
No, I didn't. I don't use.
Glow?
I don't use Stay Soft Fro. I only learned what that was when I started working here, and I didn't use Soul Glow. Definitely not. Man, that commercial was so disgusting. Like Joelle said, I couldn't tell the difference between the man and the woman that were kissing.
No, it was really confusing. It's like, what?
I know.
Jerry Crow, dude.
I'm like, what type of producer do we bring into this show? Nick does a good job, but I was grossed
sorry.
out.
I'm not allowed to say that stuff.
What's that?
I'm sorry. I was just joking.
Okay.
You made fun of Nick the whole entire time with his Mexican.
I know.
I'm
Anyways,
asking
Christine.
you.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't me.
All right.
I
Go
appreciate
take
you,
another
Christine.
call.
Merry Christmas to you. Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas, James.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. So, let me get to Daryll out of New York City. Daryll, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Hake?
Not much, Daryll. What's up with you?
Didn't I called you the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I told you Trump was going to be impeached.
So
He's
far,
been
I hear,
impeached.
from what I understand, he's not yet impeached.
He's not. He has not been removed.
No, I don't
he
even
will
think
be,
he's
but I
been
told you.
impeached, technically.
Oh no, he technically he is impeached.
No.
That happened.
No,
a couple of days ago.
according to the real
Go do the
news,
research. Go do the research.
according
No,
to the real news, I don't think that he actually was impeached.
Oh, he's actually impeached. Don't
Have
go
they
look
sent
at
it to
your
the Senate
Breitbart.
yet?
No, it hasn't been to the Senate yet.
All right, then he
He's not
hasn't
gonna
been
be-
impeached.
He's not going to be removed. I told you that.
I know,
The day
but he
after
hasn't
Thanksgiving.
even been technically impeached
No,
officially yet.
technically he's been impeached.
Oh, hey,
3 days ago.
Daryl. Hey, Daryl, one of the
I'm here.
lawyers, constitutional lawyers, who's smarter than you and me and knows more than you
Okay.
and me, he said that
Okay.
impeachment
I don't
doesn't
know
happen
that
until
part,
it's
but-
sent to the Senate. So the Democrats are getting cold feet. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so they haven't impeached him?
He's impeached, brother.
No. Not yet. Maybe
Okay.
she'll get brave finally and send it over to the Senate, and then at that point, then he'll be technically impeached. But technically, they voted for it, but they haven't had the guts to send it to the Senate.
Well, I knew he'll be impeached. I know you love Trump, but Trump is.
Isn't that a
He's got to
stain
go.
on the petty Democrats?
I'm not a Democrat. I'm not Republican.
I know, but isn't that a stain on the petty Democrats to have voted to impeach him? Isn't that pathetic?
You're kind of right. But
Yeah.
Trump is not a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
Okay?
Yeah, he's a good guy. No guy
Yeah,
is
he's not a
good,
good
right?
guy.
But he's like a solid
He's not
guy.
even a conservative.
Huh?
Trump used to be. Trump was a Democrat.
Yeah, I
You
know. Isn't that great?
So why you and Jesse act like Trump is so conservative when he was a Democrat?
Hey, because people changed. Jesse Lee Peterson used to be Democrat.
He didn't change.
Yeah, he did. Are you kidding? He changed a lot.
He hasn't changed a lot. His wife is damn near a Playboy star.
She's not
that's
still a
what all
Playboy star, man.
She showed her boobs in her vagina.
That's a long time ago,
on the
man.
internet.
That's a long
It
time
doesn't
ago.
matter. Did
Yeah, it does.
Obama's wife ever do something like that? Y'all was so mad
Because
about
they're
Obama's
ugly.
wife showing her arm.
Daryl, you're coming away from the phone. Come closer to the phone.
Yeah.
None of the others are
Mad about
model
Obama's
types.
wife showing her arm. She had a sleeveless dress on.
I know.
But
I know,
Trump's wife
but at
showed
least-
her vagina.
Dude, I'm going to hang up on you. Keep on mentioning that word. This is a family show here.
I said the technical. I didn't.
I
say
know,
the
but don't
nasty
even
word.
say it. Don't even say it. I know it's technical. Just
the
don't even say it.
JJ? Okay, she showed her vagina.
No, don't even.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to hang up on you, buddy.
Why are you gonna hang up on me, Hake?
Because you keep on repeating it, and I told you not to repeat it.
All right, I won't say that anymore.
All right.
But
Thank
she's
you.
a nasty
But
woman.
I don't even know if that's true, what you said that she
How
supposedly
you know
showed.
It's not true? I can show, you can go on the internet right now and Google
I'm not
Trump's wife and you
interested.
can see it.
I'm not interested. I'm
I
not
bet
into
you're
that.
not interested.
Because you
You're not
shouldn't be a
interested,
coomer.
right?
That's
But
bad.
she looks like your mother, right? She's a cougar. You're right.
No, I said. Anyways, man.
Well, you know
I don't
he's
think she's old
impeached.
enough to be my mother. She's only. She's on.
Hey, are you really a
40.
conservative?
Yeah.
Are you really a church going? You're a church going guy for real?
Yeah. I go to Jesse's
Then how
church.
can you agree with Trump and his wife? She did what she did.
Yeah, I
and
know,
he
but she
grabbed
stopped.
what he did.
He didn't even like that, by the way.
He didn't like her pictures.
Yeah, he didn't like her doing that.
How you gonna say he didn't like her pictures? You know he liked her pictures. That's why he got married to her.
I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
Did you know Marla Maple? She was sleeping with the
Marla
security.
Maples, hey, you know Marla Maples still likes him, even though that they're divorced.
Marla Maple was sleeping with the help. She
Whatever,
left Trump
man.
and slept with the security guard.
Why are you so into
How
their
is he-
business?
he's
Why are you
not
so
a-
into
he's
their
not an
personal
alpha
business? You're
because
such
he's
a
not an alpha
gossipy.
male. If
Why are you
your
so
wife
gossipy?
Sleeps with the gardener.
Hey, hold on,
that means
Daryl.
you're a weak person.
Daryl. You should be loving
ahead.
these people then.
I should be loving them.
Yeah.
A beta male.
Yeah.
He's a beta.
Did you like Clinton?
Do I like Hillary Clinton?
No, Bill.
Bill Clinton. I didn't like Bill Clinton. I didn't vote for him. I couldn't even vote at the time that Bill Clinton was president.
Were you gossiping about him, and did you gossip about
I
Obama's
couldn't
kids?
gossip about him because I was like in 7th grade.
Oh,
he was the
that's the
president.
perfect time to gossip, man. Whatever.
I didn't know anything about Bill Clinton. I was in 7th grade, literally. I was like in 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah, I
didn't know anything about Bill.
around that age too,
Mom,
I think.
I know at that time.
And then
a lot of
actually
people
when it
liked
came out
Bill
as
Clinton.
junior year, high school.
I remember he used to be on like the Arsenio Hall show and the late night show.
Oh yeah, you
Everybody
played the
liked him.
saxophone.
And they said that he was from Harlem or he
Oh,
had an
gosh.
office in Harlem. But I don't know anything about Bill Clinton. Except
You
for
don't
that
seem to
he
know anything
had-
about anything relevant about Donald Trump either.
I do know a lot about Donald Trump. I know Donald Trump been
How about the
like
good
a big
things?
celebrity in half my life.
Right
He was
on.
like he was an Apprentice guy.
Yeah, you liked him in Apprentice?
I never watched The Apprentice,
Yeah, neither did I.
but I heard it was a good show.
Do you
though.
read his books?
I read some of his books.
Which one?
It's not like I'm not on the hate train of Donald Trump.
Right
Donald
on.
Trump is not this good guy that y'all proclaim him to be.
He's
like
pretty
you
solid
on
though.
Jesse Lee.
You have to admit, like he's as
I'm not
far
saying
as
he's a
the
bad guy. I'm not
politicians.
saying he's a good guy, but y'all put him on a pedestal that I don't understand why.
I don't know. I might put him on a pedestal. Jesse Lee Peterson doesn't though. He
Jesse
keeps
does
a
put him on a
distance.
pedestal. Jesse Lee calls him the Great White Hope. That's what you need to know.
That's not a pedestal. That's just reality.
The Great White Hope is a movie about a boxer.
No, man. He's reappropriated that to be
He's
Trump.
reappropriated. You just making up words too, right? Okay.
I've been hanging around blacks.
I thought you was white and smart.
No, I'm white, but not smart. I think I like shrugged off my smartness,
Nah,
so I didn't come off
you,
nerdy.
I like you, Hake.
I'm still
I like
nerdy though.
Yeah,
All right,
don't
man.
worry about it.
Nice to hear from
All right,
you,
have a
man.
good day, Hake.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's to you.
All right.
You too.
Jason out of Buffalo, New York, I think.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's up, man?
what's
I
up?
want to ask you about the do you think Kwanzaa? You said like I guess like I wasn't about to go about the Kwanzaa thing. I'd rather
Yeah.
talk about like the Trump thing. Though. I got a
Okay.
couple questions to ask you about Trump, man.
All right, yeah.
Like, so do you think Trump is a Christian?
Yeah, I think he is a Christian.
You think he's a Christian?
Yeah, he says he's a Christian, and he acts more like a Christian than any other president that I've seen.
He
You
acts
guys
like a
have your
Christian.
criticisms of him, and some of them I think are valid or whatever, but or I don't know about if you have valid criticisms, but a lot of you guys out there.
Hold on, first, like, why you gonna try like the first thing? You like, why you so like condescending, trying to like diminish my point of view? Like, so you think he does? Does Trump lie to you? Does he lie?
Does he lie? Only when
Yeah.
it's warranted.
So you saying so it like bearing so high as being a Christian, like like bearing false witnesses, like that's. Like,
But
that's
bearing
not
false
supposed to-
witness is a malicious type of lie where you're trying to destroy your neighbor. He doesn't do that.
So he doesn't try to destroy, like, he don't try to destroy, like, the Democrats. Like, he don't be trying to go at the Democrats saying, like, they hate America just because they disagree with them.
But those are true things. Those are true things. That's not bearing false witness. What makes you think like Democrats want to destroy America? Because they have this female mind where even if they're well-intentioned, good intentions destroy. And a lot of this female, like, kissing up and feeling sorry and letting prisoners out of prison, out of jail, or suspects out of jail with no money bail, that's destructive enablement of evil. That's hate.
You know the Republican dude in Kentucky just like, people out of jail, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of evil Republicans. I would say most of them are.
Yeah, but let's get back to like debate. So you're saying like so lying is warranted. So like Donald Trump tells a lot of lies.
He's not bearing false witness against his neighbor though.
How is it not bearing false witness against? Like if you saying like if what you saying like if you say something, it's like bearing false witness. Like if you say something and you got people.
And the way that they go after Trump. Hold on, the way that they go after Trump, it's not even well intentioned. You know, they're just openly. They're just openly phony, man. You saw how.
You don't think he does anything that you don't think he does anything wrong that people should be upset about.
He does wrong stuff. Hold on.
Like you even said you had your own reservations about dude. So you don't think there's nothing that he does that has like there's like basis for people to be upset and be angry about. There's no reason for. Go ahead.
Let me answer it. I would say. I'll take the Jesse Lee Peterson line that nobody should be angry, but he does occasionally do wrong stuff, in my opinion. Yep.
Occasionally do wrong, like okay,
yeah.
So like
he shouldn't have celebrated the same-sex marriage thing.
You just said if somebody does something wrong. So when somebody does something wrong, do you feel like they should be corrected?
Definitely.
If they should be corrected, so do you think they should like? I guess like what's the word I'm looking for? You think they should like, or not? I'm gonna say like, do you think they should attack them on Twitter for them trying to correct them for doing something wrong?
But they're not. Nobody's trying to correct him on. I mean, there's some of these conservatives who are trying to correct him for the wrong stuff that he does. But nobody in power is trying to correct him based on something real that he's done wrong. They try to correct him on stuff that he does right.
Wait a minute. Let's start. You said something real that he has done.
Right.
Like, you see that like. Campaign violation, is that something real? That is something concrete. You could
that's not real.
That's not campaign violation. So paying off a porn star.
Allegedly.
Like,
who knows?
It's documented. His name is on the document. How you gonna say allegedly when his name is on the document? You see, like you have a problem.
His name is on what document, man? You're talking about stuff that's paying. And you think that he did that with campaign money? You think they paid off Stormy Daniels with campaign money? And I don't even know how much of that story is true. You're getting into like gossip stuff.
It's not campaign.
Are you watching MSNBC or something or CNN? Where are you getting this false information?
Why are you getting so heated, dude? Are you turning red? I can't even see you right now. Are you turning red? Are you turning red?
I'm a little red. I'm a little red.
Where am I getting it? You can look. I see. The thing is, Jesse Lee Peterson, he doesn't check documents.
But neither do you, man, because that's just dumb stuff.
You can look. Man, if you want me to, I'll look up the site. That's why I said.
Since when do you care about campaign violations? Nobody even knows or cares what that is. Normal Americans. I'll tell you this, normal Americans do not care, and they would totally understand if Trump actually were guilty of that affair. I don't know.
Can I speak? So you said people don't care. So
yeah, normal Americans don't care.
On your show right now, you just insulted people's intelligence. A crime is a crime regardless. So you see, people don't care if something wrong. So you just said that people don't So what you're saying is people don't care if something goes wrong, if something is bad. You don't care that people somebody does wrong.
You know that this is not even wrong. And if what you were saying was true,
it's a violation. It's a campaign violation. The name is the answer is violation. It is a violation.
Then how come we don't hear? If you're so right, then how come we don't hear Shifty Adam Schiff crying about this?
What you mean? There you go. Why everything got to be all right. I got another question.
Answer my question, Jason. How come we don't hear Shifty Adam Schiff complaining about this campaign violation?
So you mean he never said?
How come he was not impeached based on the campaign violation?
You know why? Because Mueller couldn't impeach dude. Mueller couldn't bring him to trial.
And how come Shifty Adam Schiff, who wants him out, couldn't do that?
That's what they doing.
So
now,
then
but
you
they
don't
trying
know
to
what
get
you're
the
talking about.
white-
No, they're doing it
No,
based
that's-
on Ukraine. It has nothing to do with Stormy. So
All
this
right, look,
Stormy
can I-
thing
can I
came to
explain-
nothing,
can I explain,
but
right?
you're still holding
See, I
on
don't
to
want
it.
to see, because you don't understand the Democratic strategy. You don't understand. You don't know. What's
I know
going on.
because they're idiots.
You don't know.
They're
you know
evil.
what obstruction of justice is? Mueller. Did you know the
That wasn't
Mueller-
obstruction of justice, by the way.
Do you remember the Mueller report?
Man, I gotta
You all
go.
know, but now you gonna leave?
Yeah, let's talk Sunday.
Like, hold on, man. I just want to talk about the Mueller report. Can you just give me?
I'll give you 30 seconds. I'll give you 30 seconds.
The Mueller report.
I'm so
the Mueller report
weak.
listed out crimes that the president committed.
No, he didn't. Mueller did not list any crimes.
There were 10 obstructions of justice clauses in there. You know, once you look at it, okay, man, I'll call you Sunday, but
all right.
you look at the Mueller report, there's 10 things, 10 obstructions of justice. And
Then
that's
he
what the
didn't, and
Democrats
he
are
couldn't
getting
even
at.
recommend charges.
He couldn't.
He couldn't.
He couldn't convict. Like, he couldn't.
No, he couldn't
convict.
even
He
recommend
couldn't-
charges. Mueller hated him so bad. Mueller was a Trump
couldn't
derangement
convict,
syndrome
like,
rhino.
Mueller
All right,
couldn't
man.
bring him to trial. Mueller couldn't impeach him. All right, we'll talk again. But Mueller
All right.
couldn't impeach him though. So you got all the nothing but lies.
Happy New Year, man. What a mess. What a shame. Pianki out of Louisiana. I'm just gonna try to get to all you guys. Hey,
how you doing?
Doing fine. Nice to hear
it's funny. Trump has improved the academic and economic numbers for Black America, and you still have blacks calling in talking against the person.
Well, because they're not getting that information, and they're getting distracted by all this nonsense. So
you had a caller
it's understandable.
that called several callers back.
Yeah.
And, when you look at I was telling you a screener, in Ferguson, Missouri, where blacks was a majority of population.
Yeah, 60%, I think.
Before the Mike Brown incident, and even leading up to it, blacks have been fleeing that community.
Yeah.
These are the blacks that moved there decades ago, established homes, who raised children, but now they see what's coming into the community that's causing their property rates to drop, that's causing crime.
Yeah.
You asked the question, the police department was nearly all white, okay?
In Ferguson.
Yep. Before Mike Brown. But the community was majority black. So you ask your question, why was that? I can tell you. Because they were satisfied with the tough policing that was being patrolled in their community.
Yep.
That's what they wanted. They want tough policing.
True.
So I don't understand why people don't understand it. Black Americans, United States citizens, they want good schools, they want stable communities, and they don't want a lot of riffraff in their community.
Yeah.
Now you look at those communities, I mean, it's very sad. Police don't police like they used to. If you are stopped in a traffic violation, traffic stop, if you made an illegal left turn, but if the officers see that you have Mich tires, broken windshield, tail light that's out, and more importantly, if you don't have financial responsibility in the form of car insurance, they're supposed to tow that car. They're not supposed to let it stay on the street where you can drive off on down the road and have an accident and not be able to cover it. But that's not happening any longer. Why? Because of the reports that came out by Eric Holder, citing these things. They weren't illegal, but he said, it's so hard on people.
Yeah. They said it was disproportionately affecting the blacks more than the rest of the country, which wasn't true.
The rest of the country. But if Ferguson and the areas around there is 90% black, well, if you wait around for a white person to come through, then you got to hope that they're doing something illegal where you can stop them. Well, guess what? The records are going to continue to be disproportionately applied to black because they make up the majority of the persons in that area.
Yeah. And they disproportionately commit the crimes and commit moving violations and all those things. It's just reality.
Absolutely.
And they don't want to face that. And then also they don't show up to court, they don't pay their fines, and then these fines get kind of out of control. And that's a way for a city to make money, is these exorbitant fines, and especially a financially struggling city. And a lot of these cities are doing that, and I'm not for that, but that's how they make their money sometimes. And,
well, they have to, because you look at the city of St. Louis, recording the reports of its annual budget for last year, nearly 50% goes toward public safety, which includes policing. So you got to pay for this somewhere or another. Yep. Either that, cordon off an area, let everybody get in there, and just wait till the last man is standing.
You know, I wonder if these blacks that are complaining, as opposed to the ones who want the policing, realize how expensive crime is, how costly it is to, in so many ways, like destructive for one. It costs a whole lot of resources. These police, it's not a capitalist business. They're part of the government. They're paid for by tax dollars. And then the not to mention the opportunity costs, like what happens with businesses when there's crime in the area, the businesses don't want to be there anymore, or people don't want to do business over there, or patron those places. Just like with the homeless, I don't want to go to a restaurant if somebody's outside exposing himself. It's very costly.
It's just like redlining.
Yeah. Redlining
is good. You know why?
Why?
Because it tells you where not to move. You do not want to own a house within this red line boundaries. You don't want to send your children to these schools because the schools are terrible. You have a large amount of crime. Your car insurance rate's going to be higher than if you were someplace else. Your homeowner's insurance is going to be higher. So who wants to live there?
Yeah.
You know, one other thing, and I'm going to go.
All right.
About a mile north and about a mile west of Ferguson is an all-black enclave, a majority-black enclave called Barrington Downs. The average house there is about $750, $850. They practically drew a red line down the middle of the street at Vale, where it crosses Hall's Ferry.
Mm-hmm.
People can look on the map. You can see this area I'm talking about. They told the protesters, you ain't coming over here.
Right on. That's good.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, I appreciate it, Pianki. Take care. So, yeah, that brings so many memories. I remember the Ferguson report. There were 2 articles that I read that really did a good job debunking the Ferguson report. And, you know, Eric Holder was so phony. So that's the DOJ with their phony Ferguson report. One of them was written by John Lott, Dr. John R. Lott in the New York Post. And another was written by this guy, Stephen, I'm blanking on his name, but it was in the Wall Street Journal. This guy, Stephen, or Brett Stevens, I think it might have been. Brett Stevens? I forget exactly. But he moved to the New York Times. He's kind of a rhino anti-Trump guy, but he wrote this piece. I think it was called Ferguson Lies and Statistics. And then John Lott's article was about the phony Ferguson report or something like that. It was good information in there. Anyways, Joe from Phoenix, Arizona. Joe, how are you?
Doing well, James.
Hey.
All right, so on impeachment.
Yes.
But you're saying you're quoting Noah Feldman. He was putting forth a theory, not a fact, that Trump is not impeached yet.
Okay.
Because surprisingly, the Constitution is not very detailed when it comes to the actual process of impeachment. It's kind of broad strokes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a constitutional debate happening right now.
So it's now it's debatable whether Trump is impeached.
Some folks are saying that they have to send the articles over to the Senate first. Some folks are saying no, that's not true at all.
All right. So it's a debatable point whether he's impeached yet. All right. I mean, it's kind of a moot point because they're eventually going to send it to the Senate, right? They will. I would be shocked if they didn't.
The way is Pelosi and Schumer trying to negotiate, an actual fair trial instead of McConnell saying he's working with the president to squash it as soon as possible.
Right. All right. Appreciate the input, Joe. How was your Christmas?
It was good. How was yours?
It was fine. I liked it. Thank you.
And that last caller was a complete idiot.
Really? I liked how he said
red,
children. I don't know how.
Redlining is denying certain people access to certain areas. That's what it really means, you idiot. and Ferguson, depending on if you believe the DOJ report, law and order does not mean discriminating and persecuting a certain group of folks, you idiot. Yeah.
But you're losing the moral high ground by saying idiot.
No, because he is an idiot.
But man, no, the Ferguson, like you heard me say probably, the Ferguson report, it was just biased mess. Holder is not a objective person. He had no business being the Attorney General.
Well, that's your opinion. You're welcome to it. I mean, he's a Democrat, so you're going to distrust him anyway.
I know, but he was just a social justice-oriented guy, which is not real justice.
Why do you say that?
Because real justice doesn't have the word social in front of it. Social justice is this nonsense about LGBT and then racial things, just looking at the outside thing and pretending that that's racially motivated or something like that. It's lame. That's not real justice. It's a way to push communism.
I missed the show this morning with Jesse, but I gathered he said something about black folks rioting.
Oh, there was some big fight in front of inside of a mall over, I forget where, but there was a crazy fight over at a mall in New York, and they tore up a beef jerky pop-up store.
He loves those black violence stories, doesn't he?
I mean, don't we all?
I don't think I've ever heard him say a positive black story, period.
Oh yeah, he has, man. You gotta pay more attention. He does.
Really?
Yeah. He told one story about this guy that walked to work every day, 20 miles, I think. Maybe round trip. Or I don't know, but he's told some really nice stories. But anyways, Joe, let's talk again.
Listen better. All right, man.
Take care. Man. Kenny out of New Jersey. First-time caller. Kenny, what's up?
Hey, you were just talking to my wifey before, Christine, and you were talking about the homeless.
Yeah.
And Trump said that if the Democrats don't do anything about it in California, that he was going to send in the federal government probably.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to wind up doing that, and I don't think the Democrats are going to wind up doing that. But I think he would have to pull like a PR stunt and a very politically incorrect one.
Uh-huh.
So because they only seem to respond to Trump when he trolls them. So I think that the Democrats would only finally clean up the streets, like if Trump did something like pitching up a tent in Skid Row and started using the toilet as a bathroom until they cleaned up the streets. That's like my opinion.
Yeah,
really great.
I like how he's shining attention on it. He's tweeting about Nancy Pelosi and Garcetti and all them, and what's the governor's name? Newsom. He's embarrassing them because they deserve to be embarrassed. They should be really ashamed of themselves not dealing with this issue.
I completely agree.
Yeah,
that's like you'd really have to troll them to do something about it, because otherwise, because if he started doing something like that crazy, they would want to clear off the streets just to get him off the streets. It's that ridiculous. But like, I hope he does something about it. Because I remember a while back he said, because you know how Chicago's like a war zone right now, and he said if nothing happens, he's probably going to send in the National Guard, and I wish he would, because
that would be nice.
It'd be good to clean up the mess, because a lot of people out there are law abiding.
Yeah,
they don't want to be around that either, but they're afraid to say anything about it.
Yep. Kenny, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope that it gets better.
Yeah, me too, man.
All right. Take care, man.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas again. Happy holidays.
All right. Happy New Year to you, too.
Happy New Year, too.
All right. Let me get to D out of New York. D, how's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Doing fine.
So I just wanted to say that I wanted to ask you, the question is, what is Donald Trump doing for the real Americans that built this country and made it a safe country, made it a wealthy country?
Yeah.
I think the bigger issue is we need to stop immigration,
I agree.
just completely.
Yeah.
From Mexico and Africa to fix this country. The immigrants just keep coming in, keep on voting for bad policies.
Yep.
And why is he making executive orders to protect Jewish people? That doesn't make sense. That's not helping us.
Yeah. I mean, I could care less, really. I semi-support it because these BDS people are kind of out of control in the college campuses.
No group of people deserve a special protection. Like
that's fair. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Really being damaged. Like, why do they deserve a special protection? Before you know it, we'll be like Europe, and we'll.
Oh yeah,
I
know.
Get into an argument with a Jewish person on the street. God forbid, they could take me to jail just for arguing with a Jewish person.
Right. Doesn't have anything to do with his executive order, but it is creeping that way.
It is,
I agree.
Because everything is considered anti-Semitic now.
I know.
Even you,
that's so shameful.
This is.
Even Merry Christmas is considered. Even Merry Christmas is considered anti-Semitic now, but don't sweat it. He's for free speech, but he's kind of, I don't know. He's grew up in that world, so it's hard to shake him out of that stuff. Plus, his son and daughter,
and the foreigners,
his son-in-law and daughter are Jewish now, and they have his ear, so it's hard to get. We need to get that really good Jew. Stephen, I think his name is Miller. Young guy, 30-something, mid-30s, from Santa Monica here. He became a conservative after listening to Wayne LaPierre of the NRA, or reading him. And he's tough on this immigration thing. And people accuse him of being a white nationalist because he wants to... He's like the only guy I trust inside of...
I'd like to tell your audience that these are control words and not to be fooled by this.
What's control words?
White nationalists, Mexicans can protect their group. Blacks can protect their group. Everyone can protect their group. But if I'm white, oh my goodness, you're a white supremacist. Like, what are they people have to think logically.
I agree. People are
in this country.
People accused both liberals and conservatives of protecting whiteness, which is their version of saying white nationalism. And so this Christianity Today article was even criticized as protecting whiteness. It's so ridiculous. It's such evil people. Are you white, D? Or are you Mexican?
Yes, okay. I am.
Or white Hispanic?
Well, from Spain. My family is from Spain. So, but I have to worry about the future.
You shouldn't worry though, D. You're not going to make the right decision if you're worrying.
Well, I have, young nephews, nieces, and we have to be aware when we're outside.
Yep.
It's not like it's a lot of times you just have to be aware and you don't feel safe because
you're not safe.
People are against you.
Yeah, definitely. But don't worry, though.
Okay.
That's anti-Christian to worry.
Right.
You're gonna end up helping the enemy. Inadvertently.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Way more.
Yeah.
Have you, I haven't seen anything on the show at all about the vaccine laws that are being pushed through all over the country. Which is
thank you for the tip. I should deal with that. I'm not really for that. I'm definitely sympathetic to the anti-vaxxers. That's kind of an emotional word, right? But I am very suspicious and leery.
It's a negative epithet.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't consider it a negative epithet. I like anti-vaxxers.
No, but other people will because
I know.
This is another subject. Like they're just not informed.
The media are such
tactics.
The media are such trash that they're pushing that, and they have this whole campaign against the so-called anti-vaxxers. And it's just like the conspiracy theory about the climate deniers and all of those people, Holocaust deniers. They just smear people, and so I don't go along with the media on that either. Good tip, D. I will definitely deal with that.
the people don't realize until it's something that it affects them, that it affects their child or their niece or nephew. You know, then they'll become an ex-vaxxer also.
Anti-vaxxer.
They're not anti.
Yeah.
They're most of them are ex-vaxxers.
Oh, yeah.
Children have been damaged, you know, by vaccines,
right,
which are not backed by good science. Anyways, God bless you and have a wonderful new year.
You too, Dee. Nice to hear from you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. So, let's get to Kevin out of Connecticut. Kevin.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, man. How are you?
You know what? I loved your caller's ignorance.
Which one?
All of them.
Virtually all, right?
Yeah, especially the one that just called earlier. She's talking about why are we holding Jews in priority? Well, what about? I have a question for her. What about affirmative action?
I don't think she's for any of that stuff, to be honest. Yeah, but affirmative action is not supported by Trump. She was criticizing Trump for signing the executive order.
I know they criticize him for everything. They just don't do their own research. You know how many accomplishments? And the thing about it is, one of your callers, right, is so funny. I would love to debate him one day. It's so funny that he's talking about obstruction of justice, right?
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous.
But the whole party that he is supposedly for is obstruction of justice.
Yeah. The Democrats, they're not about justice at all.
Yeah, and people, and then here goes Al Sharpton. I love these race baiters. I love them. They're so funny. They're all about money. They don't care about their own people. But I digress.
Yeah.
They're saying that if somebody backs Trump and they're a Christian, they're throwing Jesus under the bus. But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
People forget about the message that he made at the United Nations. He's the only president, okay, that put Christian values ahead of everything. He's the only one that actually is doing what he said he was going to do about abortion. He's packing the courts with all conservative judges while these Democrats are trying to impeach him.
Yep.
He's doing everything he said he's going to do on his campaign trail. He's doing it right now.
My favorite thing about him is he's changing the culture by setting an example, just speaking out against these people.
Yep. And the thing about it is, this is everyone thinks they're holier than thou.
Yeah.
All right, that they do no wrong. All right, and they always dot every I and cross every T. All right, but they're sinners too.
Yeah. And they defend sinning.
You know what I'm saying? It's like calling the kettle black.
Right. And they defend sinning.
He's not perfect. He's not perfect by any long shot. All right. God chooses flawed individuals. Look at his disciples. Look at Paul. Look at Peter.
Yeah.
Paul before he became a Christian and was fighting for Jesus, he was condemning the church.
Right.
So he puts people in place for times like this. But he's accomplished everything. Look at our unemployment.
Yeah,
he's racist.
He's doing a lot of good. That's true, man.
You have people in your cabinet, and they call him a sexist, and he has women in his cabinet.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I wish he would skip some of them.
Most of the women that are in his cabinet, right, that are on his campaign, are like heads in that line.
Yeah.
In that.
Kevin, man, I gotta cut you off. Happy New Year to you, man. I appreciate you.
God bless.
All right. Take care. Kira out of Florida, give me your Ouija board story in 30 seconds, if you can.
Hey.
Hey.
It was my grandpa had just died, so I was kind of lost and looking for answers, and I grabbed a Ouija board and started talking to somebody, and I wanted some answers, and I was kind of looking to see who I was going to marry, what my last name was going to be, and it kept saying K, the letter K, and the letter T, the letter K, the letter T. Well, I married a guy that had the last name T.
Uh-oh.
So, no, it was, we dated in high school, we've been together for a long time, so it was definitely a good thing. But it was just crazy that was what it said. It turned out to be true.
Well, thank you, Kira. That's scary. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, Hake. Talk to you soon.
All right, Dave and Ryan, I'm sorry I couldn't get to you and the rest of the callers. We'll see you Sunday on my channels. The Hake Report, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here in Los Angeles. And that's noon Eastern, and then whatever it is, Central and Mountain Time, and Australia, different parts of Australia and UK, wherever all you guys are, Sweden. We'll see ya. And then, of course, Church on Sunday, rebuildingtheman.com. Check out rebuildingtheman.com. We've continued to get support for the building fund. Appreciate that. And thank you guys for the super chats as well. All right, guys, take care.